Let's learn a little bit more about inequality comparisons in the query language. We've already seen some examples where we do inequality queries on numeric values. The inequality operators can also be applied for string-valued comparisons. Let's add a couple more documents to the people collection so that we can see things in a little bit clearer view. db.people now has a half dozen or so documents in it, every one of which has a name. The inequality comparison, $GT, $LT, and so forth, can be applied to strings just as they can be to numbers. The query on the screen retrieves all documents from the people collection where the name field is lexicographically less than the capital letter D. And likewise, you can add some more constraints, such as lexicographically greater than the letter B. Note that the string Bob is lexicographically greater than the letter B, simply because it's longer. A couple of notes about locales and locale-aware sorting. Right now, MongoDB has exactly zero knowledge of locales. In effect, the comparisons that we perform for $less than, $greater than, and so forth are going to sort according to the total ordering of the UTF-8 code units, that is to say, according to a lexicographic sorting of the bytes in the UTF-8 representation of the string. This happens to be correct only in the POSIX or C locales. That is to say, MongoDB compares and sorts things in an ASCII-betically correct fashion. If it so happens that there's a locale for which sorting things in UTF-8 byte order happens to be correct, then MongoDB happens to agree with that as well. A future release of MongoDB is likely to have better support for locale-aware sorting, collation, and so forth. Further, it's important to understand that MongoDB is in fact a schemaless database. That is to say, different documents within the same collection might have different value types for the same field. This isn't a recommended pattern, but nevertheless it's possible. For example, if I insert into the people collection a document where the field name has as its corresponding value the number 42, the database will perfectly happily store that. I now have 8 or so documents with string values for the field name, and 1 document with a numeric value for the field name. All comparison operations in MongoDB are strongly typed, and dynamically typed too. That is to say, if I perform the inequality comparison that's at the bottom of my terminal window, I'll only see documents where the name field is a string that's less than the capital letter D and greater than the capital letter B. I will not see any documents where the field name has the numeric value 42, or any other numeric value. That is to say, these sorts of comparisons, range-type comparisons, do not span data types. So if you happen to take advantage of MongoDB's polymorphism by storing different data types for the same fields, which is not a recommended pattern, by the way, but if you should happen to take advantage of it, you need to understand that comparisons of this sort will not cross the data type boundaries. In effect, if you want to query for documents where the name is in a certain lexicographic range of strings, or in a certain numeric range of numbers, you'll need to use a more complicated query syntax, which we'll be visiting in a subsequent section. Okay, let's have a quiz. Which of the following will find all users with a username between F and Q?